In this video, I will be showing you two things: how to pot up a plant and repot a plant. Now this is Yuccaco. It's one of the most popular chimeras in the world. These stripes are actually green. You can't see them very well in the video. For those of you who do not know what chimeras are, they are plants that have striped flowers like this, very monochrome. I think the word is monochrome. One color is striped and the sides of the petals have another stripe, and they're kind of special because they cannot be reproduced by leaf cutting, and I will make a separate video on this later on. Now this is a little bit a surprise because you would think that it would be in that pot, but it actually isn't. Let me zoom out. And the thing is, it was potted in this little thing. And this is the only plant that I could find that had a neck to work with. So it does need to be repotted because of the neck, and of course potted up. Now this originally was planted in that little tiny little pot because it was supposed to be for sale, and for some reason it just didn't get offered and grew out like this. And now I will show you how to bring it down to an appropriate size, and I'm going to give it an appropriate pot. I often receive the question, when do I repot my plants? And the answer is when you find that your plant has grown a neck like this. This is a neck, and this needs to go back into the soil. Now you can grow your plants with a neck. That's not a problem. You can do anything you want. They're your plants. However, with time, because of the central stem is getting longer, the plant will eventually flop over and this will snap off. So if you want to keep the plant in good condition, it's a good thing to repot once in a while. And also think that if the neck has grown this high, it's probably time to change the soil too. Soil gets old and doesn't have any nutrients left in it, gets more, there's salts that accumulate, etc. So that's the reason we want to repot, to keep them nice and fresh, give them new soil, and give them a new life. So to begin, we will want to remove the little pot, and we are going to shake off all there's not much soil to take off. Now, I know a lot of people, it's very, very hard when you're starting out with plants. It's hard for you to decapitate them, and I understand that. And if you want to leave the leaves on, you can, but it's not going to it's not going to help the plant. But if you can't have the courage to take them off, please don't. And it's okay if they don't survive, you can take them off later. But it is a good thing to just remove some of the older leaves in the bottom, and we want to refresh the plant. I won't take too many off because I know it's some people it's very, very difficult to see this. Now this is something I want to show you. You see all the leaves are a certain size, and we have this little puny leaf here. Well, this is a little, I call them little sucker leaves. They're not good. These have to be removed. They should always be removed. They don't do anything, and they take a lot of energy from the plant. You see? It's hiding underneath. So when you see these, do remove them. The trick is you look, if the row above the leaf is larger than the row underneath it, you just remove them. Here's another one. If you're wondering what did that marks, those are marks that are done with when they get treatments, chemical treatments, or it can be water. And this happened most likely when the leaf was very, very small in the middle here. If it received watering or some type of chemical on it at some point when it was here, and the drops of chemical stayed on the leaf, it marks it like this. And it marks it for life, so you have to be careful. And so we're going to go around. I'm taking at least one row. I'm taking two off, but you want to at least take one off. We're going to remove this one. I'm going to try to keep a symmetry. So this one is popping out. And to help, say bye-bye to the flowers, because we are going to remove all of the flowers. This plant is going to be repotted in new soil. It's going to need all its energy to come and reproduce some new roots. So bye-bye. Isn't that beautiful? Just a minute. It's not focusing. There you go. It doesn't show up on the camera, but the lines are really green. It's a very, very pretty chimera. And here's more, and you just pull on them. Or you can pull a little bit sideways. Whoops. Let's grab it all. Now I'm going to go underneath again to show you. There are some little leaves we want to remove. These grow randomly. Sometimes they have reasons to grow, but we want to remove them. See, here's another one right here. Sucker leaves. It's like a new plant that wanted to grow there, but it grew just one leaf and it didn't produce. And they just take energy from the plants for nothing. I'm going to take this one out and see, we have another one right here. Just energy suckers. And we have a plant that is almost symmetric. But you all know I do not grow my plants to be symmetric because I grow to produce. Okay, so this is what we have left. The way an African violet works is they grow out from the center. So the leaves are born in the center, and then they grow out. And they become larger and larger and larger, and as they go around. And below the soil, how it works is the roots will be produced right here, very close to the plant. I'm going to plant I'm going to actually plant all of this, but the roots will not ever come out at the bottom here. They will come out near the top. So what we want to do, I don't know if you can see in the camera, but this is very dry. We're going to, you can use your nail if you have some, but if you don't have any, you can just use a knife, and we're going to want to scrape off a little bit of that skin, like so. And the reason we're removing this is to tease the cells, because the ones that have all the little cells that have the skin over it, they're like sleeping. That's my way of seeing it anyways. So we want to scrape it a little bit, wake them up, tease them up, and then when the moist soil will touch the stalk, it will promote new growth of new roots. And we're just gonna gently scrape. You don't want to go through the stem, you just want to gently scrape it. All right, so that is done, and this is going to go into this. Now sorry about that. Now these are not the appropriate pots to grow African violets inside. If you have a choice, you should buy azalea pots. They're about the same size, but they're a little lower. But I did not have access to any, and I bought cases and cases of these. So this is what we have right now. So my plant is going to go in there. Now to know if it's too long, you just set it like this aside. See, mine is very, very tight, and I won't be able to put any soil underneath. So in my case, what I do, I will just open it up like this a little bit, and then I just got an inch, and I don't know if you can see in the camera, that's the end of the stem. I'm just going to cut just a little bit off because I don't need to take a lot. Different circumstances, I would take a lot more off. I guess I'll make more videos in the future to show that, but for now we just took a little bit out. Now If I bring it up like this is my bottom, and I have my pot. See, I'm going to have space in the bottom to put a little bit of new soil. So I will be back with the soil. Now, if you're brand new to African violets and haven't watched the other videos and don't know which soil to use, you will want to use a peat moss based soil. And if you're just starting out and want it very, very easy, just go to a big box store or a hardware store and find the soil mixtures, and you will choose the one that is written for African violets on it, and that will be really good to start. So now I know that my little plant is going to go like this, and I have about an inch in the bottom. So I'm going to give it about an inch of soil in the bottom, and gently just add in the soil it needs. And then do the same on the other side. Now, we do not want to compact the soil in African violets ever. However, you do want to make sure that it's down to the bottom, because if you have a big air pocket, you're just putting it very, very lightly, and you have a big air pocket, this may cause the plant not to drink, because if there's not, make sure there's no air pockets, and you can just with one finger, just go to the bottom with one, but don't compact everything. And then just gently place it back in the pot. And there you go. Freshly potted, and this will be very, very happy. From here, it doesn't really need the special conditions. I will put it back in the area where it came from, so this way there will be no shock. Yes, it has been repotted, but I'm putting it back into the same conditions it was in, and it was happy there. So it will just continue to grow out. So good luck with your repotting, and see you next time.